Welcome, dear viewers, to another episode where we explore the timeless wisdom found in the Quran and the lives of the prophets. Today's journey takes us into the incredible story of Prophet Sulaiman. Peace be upon him. A prophet, a king, and a man blessed with unparalleled wisdom and power by Allah Almighty. His life is filled with lessons of humility, justice, leadership, and submission to God. This is not just a historical tale. It's a story that speaks directly to us today. Whether we are leaders, professionals, parents, or simply people trying to live with faith and integrity in a complicated world. So let's dive deep into the remarkable legacy of Prophet Sulaiman. Peace be upon him. Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, was the son of Prophet Daud. Peace be upon him. Just like his father, he was chosen by Allah to be a prophet, but his mission came with extraordinary gifts. Allah granted him wisdom beyond compare, a kingdom unlike any other, and even the ability to communicate with animals, birds, and the jinn. The Quran tells us that when Sulaiman, peace be upon him, succeeded Dawood, peace be upon him, he prayed for a kingdom that no one after him would ever possess. Allah answered that prayer. He said, "My Lord, forgive me, and grant me a kingdom the like of which will never belong to anyone after me. Indeed, you are the bestower." Quran, Surah Sad 38-35. What stands out here is not just the kingdom itself, but the mindset. Sulaiman, peace be upon him, asked Allah for power not out of pride or selfish ambition, but as a way to serve, to uphold justice, and to spread truth. One of the most fascinating aspects of Prophet Sulaiman's, peace be upon him, story is his unique ability to communicate with animals and birds. Imagine being able to understand the language of creatures around you, their concerns, their instincts, their way of life. The Quran gives us an extraordinary glimpse into this gift through the famous story of the ant. When Sulaiman, peace be upon him, and his army were passing through a valley, an ant cried out to warn the other ants to go into their homes so they wouldn't be crushed. Sulaiman, peace be upon him, heard this and smiled, thanking Allah for such a blessing. So he smiled, amused at her speech, and said, "My Lord, inspire me to be thankful for your favors which you have bestowed upon me and upon my parents, and to do righteousness that you approve, and admit me by your mercy into the ranks of your righteous servants." Quran, Surah An-Naml 27-19. This moment reveals the heart of a true leader. Despite commanding armies and controlling vast lands, Sulaiman, peace be upon him, was moved by the voice of the smallest creature. Both the Quran and Islamic tradition highlight Sulaiman, peace be upon him, as a model of justice. One famous story describes how two women came to him with a dispute about a child. Each woman claimed that the child belonged to her. Using divine wisdom, Sulaiman, peace be upon him, proposed a test. He suggested that the child be divided between them. One woman agreed, but the other immediately pleaded to give the child to her rival instead, saying she could not bear to see harm come to the baby. Sulaiman, peace be upon him, knew at once who the true mother was, the one who showed compassion. This story isn't just about solving a dispute. It's about the essence of justice, understanding human nature, recognizing truth, and showing mercy. Sulaiman's, peace be upon him, kingdom was unlike anything the world had ever seen. The Quran describes how Allah placed under his command the forces of nature, the winds, the jinn, and even the animals. He could mobilize armies that included humans, birds, and jinn, all organized and disciplined. This wasn't just about showcasing power, it was about using every resource in the service of truth and justice. Imagine the responsibility. With great power comes great accountability before Allah. And Sulaiman, peace be upon him, never forgot that his kingdom was a divine trust, not a personal achievement. One of the most well-known stories of Sulaiman, peace be upon him, is his encounter with the Queen of Sheba, known as Bilqis. When his army of birds noticed that the queen and her people were worshipping the sun instead of Allah, Sulaiman, peace be upon him, sent her a message inviting her to submit to the one true God. After a series of exchanges, including the miraculous transportation of her throne to his court, the Queen of Sheba was deeply moved by the wisdom and power she witnessed. She ultimately embraced faith in Allah. This story teaches us that true leadership is about guiding people toward truth, not with arrogance, but with wisdom and humility. Despite his unimaginable blessings, Sulaiman, peace be upon him, never fell into arrogance. He constantly thanked Allah, recognizing that without divine favor, he was nothing. His story reminds us of a profound principle. Wealth, knowledge, and power are tests from Allah. They can either elevate us or destroy us depending on how we use them. Sulaiman, peace be upon him, passed these tests by staying humble and devoted. So, what does the life of Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, mean for us today? 1. Wisdom is the foundation of leadership. True leaders don't just command. They understand. They listen. They guide with compassion. 2. Humility is greater than power. No matter how much wealth or influence we may gain, everything is a trust from Allah. Gratitude keeps us grounded. 3. Justice must be rooted in mercy. Like the case of the 2 women and the child, real justice protects the vulnerable and values compassion. 4. Faith comes before success. The Queen of Sheba's story shows us that worldly greatness is meaningless without surrendering to God. 5. Every blessing is a test. Whether we have knowledge, wealth, or authority, we must use it to serve, not to oppress. The life of Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, is more than a tale of power and miracles. It is a timeless reminder that true greatness lies in serving Allah with humility, wisdom, and justice. As we reflect on his story, let's ask ourselves, how can we use our own blessings, whether small or large, to bring benefit to others and to draw closer to Allah? Thank you for joining us on this journey into the life of Prophet Sulaiman. Peace be upon him. If you found inspiration in his story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content exploring the lives of the prophets and the wisdom of the Quran. Until next time, may peace, blessings, and guidance be with you always.